year. It's been a full year so far. I mean, I've had a lot of corporate events, a lot of weddings, and I've been doing a couple shows like Divas Live with Glenda Collins, Lillian Lopez, and Kay Allen, and that was a really lovely experience. I enjoyed working with them along with John Thomas, and I did a couple other events with John and the Trinity Tenors, which would be Wendell Constantine and Marlon Beek. And this year I really did a lot of collaborations with a lot of different artists. Jay Wave was another one. He had a show not too long ago as well. And yeah, I've been really busy with events. I'm half German. My father was German, and Inge was my grandmother's name, my dad's mom's name, and well, yes, her name was Schluer. So Inge Schluer, the half German, half Trinidadian person. But my name really has helped make me who I am, because it's been so different. So people would hear it and be like, wow, I wonder what she's about. So it really has helped pull me aside, growing up. I remember I was in pre-K. Yes, well, you see, in my school, I teach at an international school, so we say pre-K. But yes, in first year, I remember teachers coming up to me like first week of school and asking me to say my name. They're like, say your name. I'm like, Inge. And yeah, going through primary school, I was always the one that they called on for any event. If it was Sunfest or any musical, any cultural, because I danced, I sang, I did everything. So I was quite hated amongst my peers. But I was always that kid. I was always that kid that, they didn't have to work on. It's like, oh, we could send Inge to do this because we just tell her what to do and she'll do it, and we wouldn't really have to make that effort. Well, at 3 years old is when my mom, she put me in every possible thing she could possibly think of. I danced. I started dancing with Caribbean School of Dancing at 3. I started playing the piano, violin, singing with the Lydians. She put me in swimming. Any possible thing she could find, she put me in when I was 3 years old. And then when I was about 9, I kind of focused more on my music, and I was playing with Esther Batson. She was my music teacher at the time. And then Sylvia Robbins, she taught me the piano, and I really started to focus on both the piano and the violin at that age. And then I joined the St. Augustine Chamber Orchestra and the National Symphony Orchestra in my teenage years, and that was quite an experience for me. I mean, playing with a large group of musicians, it was lovely. And off of that, those two orchestras, they then formed little quartets to play in corporate events, and that's kind of how it all started for me, gigging or playing for money. And then people would contact me, seeing me at these events, and that's how my solo career started in music, playing in weddings and other corporate events. I sang more as well when I was younger. If it was UE, they would have a function and they would ask me to do the anthem, and that's kind of how I started performing. I was also part of the alternative quartet for a year. I think it was 2008. But then I started to think about my future, and I wanted something more
built around you.
Yes. So I then focused on my education as well, and I just completed my master's in education, and I started teaching at the International School of Port of Spain. I teach pre-K to grade 4 music there, and I love sharing my musical knowledge with them, as well as performing on the side. Now I have 2 sides of music that I really enjoy. One, sharing my knowledge, and the other side, sharing my talent. So my life has really been about music. and I wouldn't change it for anything. Well, I believe you work hard, you play hard. I believe that if I'm doing something, it has to be to the best of my ability, else I don't want to do it at all. I think mediocrity is like the biggest sin I could possibly commit. You know, I never like being in the middle of, you know, it's either I can do it my best or I'm really bad at it and I don't do it. That's kind of how I am. I guess because when people see me, they see my love for music and my passion, and they want to be, when you see someone perform, whatever they exude, you're kind of part of it for that moment. And I guess seeing my passion, they feel connected and want to be part of that, I guess. Inge Schluer is a very powerful, strong-willed, strong-minded individual. So my music really was my friend, my everything. It financially took care of me when I was a teenager and up to now, you know. It really has been my everything in more ways than one. I didn't really say, look, this is what I want to do. Everything really just fell into place.
You found your passion, I suppose.
But still, growing up, I didn't say I want to do this, whatever. Things just happened. Teachers just approached me. They wanted to work with me for this thing. People would just approach me. I never really had to fight to be a musician. You know, it just happened. And I'm grateful for all the opportunities that I've gotten. They just come. And I guess that's where God puts things in the universe to balance things off. Where I lacked in support at home, I got with everyone else giving me all these opportunities, and it really has carried me through my life, you know. I don't think I have one best time, but my best times are playing my music on stage with a group of people and sharing in that language of music. It really puts me in this happy place. My worst time, I guess, would be, my dad passed away, and I guess my worst time, would be finding out how my dad passed away. And I only found that out when I started to work, when I had to fill out my insurance. And it was very tragic. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But it really has changed my view on a lot of things in life, because before I found out, I thought otherwise, and it's really changed my view on life. Finding out how my dad passed. Yes.
Okay, and we're not going there.
Not on camera. Yeah. But he passed while my mother was pregnant with me, and her mother also passed while she was pregnant with me. So my mom, she kind of dealt with a lot, and hence me having to really pull deep. It just gradually happened for me. Like I said, things just kept coming, and they were bigger and bigger. And yeah, I did Soca Monarch. I played the anthem for that. That was really a moment for me, in front of all those people by myself. I really enjoyed that experience. Yeah, I think that was my biggest moment on stage by myself in front of my biggest audience. Don't trust anyone. At least not fully. Have some reservations when dealing with people, no matter how close you may think they are and how much you think they might have your back. Still have some reservations when dealing with people.
Leave some room for disappointment.
Yes. I've thought about that, and honestly, I can't think of anything else. Like, I really wanted to, one year I was like, let's stop this music and do something else. And there's nothing else I could possibly think of. If it was something else, it would be some other light of music, maybe not performing, but you know, probably music administration or law, or, you know, but always rooted in music. I can't see myself doing anything else, because for A levels I did biology, chemistry, and physics. Hoping to please my mother, you know, she would think that I would go off to do that, and then I couldn't lie to myself. I knew that music was my everything, and I could not stray. I have no regrets in life. Everything I do, I really took time to think about it. I never got drunk, or everything I do, it's because I wanted to do it. Be it good or bad, I wanted to do it, so I don't regret anything. My birthday this year was the first year I ever celebrated my birthday, and I had a really lovely jam session, I would say, with Glenda Collins and John and Russell Lyons and Jillian Moore, and a host of musicians that came out. And it was the first time I really felt support. I really felt like I was celebrated. I mean, growing up, I never had anything, not even a cake to say, you know? So it really was a very special moment to me, and I really appreciated everyone that came out. You know, I felt loved, you know? And I was on a paper split. I got a whole page spread in the paper split, which was really lovely. I didn't expect it. So yeah, my birthday this year was really something special.
When was that?
It was on Easter Monday, the 21st of April. Well, I really want a PhD in something musical, probably music education, but I really want to contribute to the cultural development of Trinidad. I'm very passionate about it. I think that Trinidad, I don't know, we right now don't know who we are culturally. We cling on to everybody else's thing, but I think what we have is something special, and the youths of today, they don't really know about it, like calypso. I'm very passionate about calypso. I just love it. I mean, there are so many elements to calypso, you know, not only lyrically, but the melody, the harmony, all the different conversations that happen in calypso. And it was really a way that people kept up to date with what was going on in the country, you know. And I'm really saddened by the fact that it's not as prominent in the country as it used to be. And I just really want to see Trinidad on a map, having an identity musically. You know, Jamaica has their reggae, and they really stick to what they have, and we just try to latch on. I'm not saying generally everyone, but we latch on to whatever's the in thing, and I want to have a part in making that fight for our own. So I just really want to work on carving a musical identity for Trinidad. I've grown up around people like Pat Bishop, who really had, you know, her own little fight for our culture. So it's from growing up, it's been etched in my thoughts, and I hope one day that I could be known for having a say in cultural development in Trinidad. It's my passion. I recently judged Trinidad Tobago Kids Got Talent, and I really enjoyed that experience, you know, sharing with the young talent in Trinidad. That was lovely. There's so much talent in Trinidad, and they're so young, and they're passionate, and I didn't know that still existed, you know. I mean, when I grew up, when I was younger, I mean, there was 12 and Under and Teen Talent and all these shows and Music Festival, which has been dwindling away as well. And now kids these days, they don't really have anything anywhere to show their talent or to compare themselves to people, other children their age, and I want to see that come back. Hopefully I could bring out a show, somebody will give me a show and I could bring back a talent show. I would love that.
I would love to.
Like, I seriously would love that. But you know, to really nurture what we have, because it doesn't start from on top. And now I'm part of the National Philharmonic Orchestra of Trinidad Tobago, and we are struggling to find players. And that all comes from not starting at the foundation. Our kids, the schools are not really nurturing music, and now we're at this level where the government decides they want to have this orchestra and we're struggling for people. So I really want to help at that foundation level so that we could really have a good art form in this country. My OMG moment, I guess, was really seeing how much support I do have in this country, in this industry. Coming from my birthday celebration, I really did not know that there were so many people who cared about Inge Schluer and believed in me, and it really was an OMG moment seeing all those faces at my celebration.